Hey everybody, this is Kev, and we are back with a big red ramble. I know what you're thinking, it's been a while. It's because it has.
I'm thinking really, the same thing here.
It's really been a while. I'm joined by Tudor.
Hello.
He's joining me, he's joining me.
Yeah, that one.
to talk about some Transformers.
Essentially, we're rolling this out.
Oh man, you had to go there, didn't you?
That's
one.
Should
be singing Linkin Park songs.
Crawling in my skin. No, that doesn't go with this, really.
That's just... Don't do that again, please. Right, so we're playing the PC version, that's why it looks pretty swish. And I've got my Optimus Prime G1 skin on.
Hell yeah.
It's the only way to play.
You got to touch. Oh, no, wait. Before I start singing again. So yeah, the game's been out for a little while now. How did you find it?
I really loved this game from start to finish. In fact, I finished it in 2 play sessions, and those 2 play sessions had about 3 hours between them. So I kind of finished it in within 24 hours. Nice,
alright. It took me a few days, with like a couple of hours at a piece. It's a lot longer than I thought it was going to be, actually. Some parts seemed to be... I wouldn't say drag on, but they definitely seemed a lot longer than some of the other some of the missions from War for Cybertron.
Yeah, and I think some of that was to its failing. As much as I loved playing as Grimlock towards the end, Grimlock, sorry. Legends of Grimrocks. Got that stuck in the brain. But yeah, as much as I love playing as Grimlock towards the ends, I felt that section was a little bit too samey.
Yeah, I have to agree.
Through.
I mean, I love the fact they gave him completely different gameplay. I mean, it was similar to Bruticus, but
it was great the way it just changed up and suddenly it was powerhouse.
Yeah, exactly. But at the same time, it's like, well, I've been doing this quite a while now, and like it's the same. So I wouldn't mind if it was like just going between different bots. I mean, one thing I really loved is, and this is something I hoped was going to happen in the game, is like within one mission you might play as different bots. And I really love the way it's like, spoilers here, but when you're playing as Starscream, you go and find Grimlock, and all of a sudden you just take control and throw Starscream. And it's like, that's awesome. That needed to happen more often in this game, I think.
What I loved about this game, I do really like the first game still, don't get me wrong, but there was a clear flaw in that game where every character kind of played the same, so...
Yeah,
it was just a third-person shooter the whole way through. Unless you were a massive Transformers nerd, there wasn't really much to it.
Guilty then.
Yeah, same.
Yeah, but, I think that was the biggest problem. Like, you had to be a Transformers fan to really enjoy it as much as possible.
Yeah, but in this game they decided, look, we're going to give each Transformer you play as slightly different abilities and put you in slightly different circumstances. So you're constantly changing the pace.
Yeah.
Which really worked. But unfortunately that bit at the end with Grimlock, like, they put you into this powerhouse, but they make you do the same thing for ages before you even get to transform.
Yeah, exactly. That's
and I just think
really
that was the one downside for me for the whole game, which sounds really horrible because I really was looking forward to playing Grimlock the whole way through.
Yeah,
but,
it is a shame. But I really, what I wish there was a little bit more of was the last mission. That was probably my favourite last mission from a third-person shooter of all time, I think.
I don't know how spoilerific we want to get, but as final missions go, that last sort of 10-15 minutes was some of the most epic gameplay I've seen this generation.
Yeah,
it was nuts.
Just jumping between, like, going from Jazz and then to... Oh no, what was it? It started out Soundwave and then Jetfire and then Jazz.
I mean, you virtually jump between every Transformer you've played as throughout the campaign, but you're sort of... It's like a montage going on because you're in one character and then you see the next character you're going to be playing and suddenly take control of them, and then you're fighting against the person you just were playing as. And then that switches to another one that comes to take down the one you were just playing as. It gets nuts.
Yeah, it really was awesome.
In the absolute best way. And it doesn't overstretch itself. Like, it's not the same problem you have with Grimlock where you spend too long in one incarnation.
Yeah.
Like, you're in each person for maybe 30 seconds and then jump to the next and beat the shit out of the person you were just with.
Well, that does bring me to my next point. I do wish there was slightly more flying vehicles, flying missions, I should say, because you got the one from Vortex, which was a decent length mission. It was
It was a good one, yeah.
just over half the length of what was available in the demo. Then you got a bit of Starscream, and then a very small amount of Jetfire right at the end. Like,
I mean, we also said this, as I recall, on the War for Cybertron ramble that we did a couple of months back, where you and I both said that there wasn't enough aerial bot action.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, can you imagine if they brought in Superion?
Oh, I tell you, man. It was my big hope. I hope Superion and some of the other, like the Constructicons and Devastator, come in for the next game. Because you know there's going to be a next game at this point.
Oh, yeah, God, yes. There has to be. If there isn't, then Activision have to be stupid for not picking it up.
I'm trying to think where they go from here. I'm thinking, like, the big bad's going to have to either be Scorponok or Unicron. They're the only two big, giant Colossus Decepticons they've got left to go now.
I'm sure they've got someone else they could use. No, wait, they've already gone through Triptychon. Never mind.
Yeah, Triptychon's been done.
Yeah.
Metroplex is in this, which is as we speak, we're currently inside of Metroplex. Having a bit of a peek around inside.
Yeah, it's kind of weird the fact that you're inside him and you've been fighting inside him this whole time.
I know,
because he is the entire city.
Absolutely nuts. And this whole sequence from this point for the next couple of minutes is just, man, this gave me a big old boner.
So I think that's enough about the story, because there's two other whole game modes involved. I mean, I know I've spent quite a few hours on the multiplayer. You didn't spend much time in it. What did you think of it so far?
I got into multiplayer enough that I created a custom character using some of the more basic forms, so not much.
Yeah.
And I decided to go in the direction of I think is it the scientist that has flight?
Yeah.
So yeah, that's the character I created, the scientist. And I decided to fly around and just kind of try and snipe people from the top of the levels / mark people as targets and whatnot. And I got a bit of enjoyment out of it. I don't think I enjoyed it that much, because when I played War for Cybertron's multiplayer, I was doing a lot more sort of busting heads, just running up close in vehicle form, transforming and meleeing people in the face.
Yeah.
And I enjoyed the crap out of that, and I didn't do that this time around, and maybe that's where I went wrong.
Yeah, I mean, it seems weird. I've had to completely change how I play the game, because in War for Cybertron, I'd do pretty much the same as you. I'd cloak as a scout, get in close with a shotty and like beat them up first, and then shotty them in the face. But you can't really do that in this one, because they've completely changed how this infiltrator, which was the scout, is playing. So the cloak doesn't really seem to last long enough for you to be able to use it. Anything but sneaking around.
They seem to have balanced it out quite a lot from what I did play.
I didn't hear you.
Well, I was saying they seem to have balanced it out quite a lot from what I did play compared to the first game.
Shit, dude, your mic's breaking up. I can't hear you properly.
Oh, son. Well, we might have to just finish this video now then.
Yeah. Well,
that is unfortunate.
That is very unfortunate.
But Fall of Cybertron. It's a really good game. We enjoyed it. We're sorry this video's so late.
Yeah, it's all Kev's fault.
Scheduling conflicts and such, but here's Metroplex just rolling over a bridge, and I think we'll leave it about there. We'll hopefully be back with some more rambles soon. We'll see what we can do.
Yeah, take care, guys.
Alright, laters.
Bye.